All right, guys, well, welcome back to Bear Creek Landscaping NetSuite Fundamentals 102. So again, the reason why we're making these videos is to give everybody a better understanding of how NetSuite is working, give you something to refer to. There is something I would rather be doing than sitting in front of a web camera with a microphone and a grumpy dog and going over software. But this is the future. This is the way that we are going to be tracking leads and closes and sales and stuff in the future. So to recap in 101, we're going to go here right now. To recap, we will have set up our dashboard, right? We will have gone up here. We will have clicked on set preferences. We will have added different tools and elements to our system to make sure that we have a full understanding. As you can tell, I have customers to renew, contracts on sales activity, one credit card to approve. Let's see here. Let's go here. Let's just have fun. So credit card approved means if there's a credit card online, somebody has put it in for sale, and we're going to talk about that a little bit down the road. But this actually has something to do with, oh, yeah, see, that didn't work yet. So, all right, we're going to go back to the dashboard. So what we're going to do is we are going to talk a little bit about this process. So what I want to talk to you guys about is the definitions of the systems. Okay, it's really important to understand what a lead is, a prospect, and an opportunity, because they all tie in together, but they're all a different process. So one of the things that you need to understand, first of all, is a lead is very little information. It is basically, I got a name and a phone number, maybe a little information. It is information like people call in or they send to the website, whatever the case might be. They give very minute. When it becomes a prospect is when you have actually received that lead, you're going to turn it into a prospect because you're prospecting. You're looking for an opportunity, right? You're going to prospect. And then when you prospect, you actually speak to the person. Now it turns into an opportunity. Now you have more information. What's the likelihood of you're going to be able to close that information? And what do I do when I get there? Well, today we're going to be talking about leads, prospects, and opportunities. This is fairly new to us as well. So we are going to get there and we're going to see how this all works together. Okay, so let's get started. So you're opened up and you're on your dashboard for NetSuite. Why? Because it's the coolest thing ever. So what you're going to do is if you get a lead, let's say I meet a person at a store and just by chance, I want to, I have very little information, and I mean very little information. I'm going to go in here to my customers. I'm going to click on list and leads, and I'm going to go new. This means I'm putting in a new lead. So now what will happen is you're going to be going into the new lead screen. The nice thing about a lead is it doesn't take a lot of information for you to be able to enter a lead. Now, I want to make this really clear. A lead is not a customer yet. It's just a lead. And here's why. NetSuite has designed the system so that it doesn't overpopulate your database. You're not saving information that's not important. Okay. So you're going to go in here at standard lead form. Just leave that alone. Pretty simple. If it's a company or an individual, Mr. or Mrs., you can put down the surname if you want to, Mr. Let's just go. We are going to go Mr. Joe. I'm going to pick on Joe Gibler. Oh, look at that. I already picked on him. So let's use somebody else. Let's use a fun name like Doug Zimmerman. I would have so much fun with that name. Job title is not relevant because it's not for a business. Maybe you could just say, you could go the buyer. Oh, by the way, actually, that was kind of cool that happened. If you see these are lined like this, where they highlight with a little question mark, if you click on it, it will actually come up with the field help for you where it says, enter the job title for the person's position at his or her company. So if you want to, you can say husband or decision maker. In reality, we all know that if it's a husband, they're not the decision maker. Sorry. So that enters that. Up here, lead, qualified or unqualified. Unqualified would be as if you hadn't talked to them. It doesn't pertain to anything. If it's qualified, if it one of the girls or myself take it and put it in the system, or if it comes in online, it's going to be qualified. What that means is it's not just free floating information. This means that it's generated. Somebody has the desire to speak to us. Ignore this default order priority. We're going to be removing that. Territory is not really important anymore because this would fall on if it was going to be assigned to somebody specific or in a round robin. And I'll explain that in another video when we're talking about automated leads. Okay. And then you're going to go over here, put their email in, and let's just say it's going to be doug.zimmerman@yahoo.com. Phone number is going to be 425-555-1212. Mobile phone number 425-555-1717. There's no home phone number, let's say no fax, and the address. Now, this is the part that all of us had kind of an issue with, honestly. And I'm going to talk to you about this. You don't put the address in right here. We tried to get it to see if we can move it that way, but you actually put it in right here, down here. When you put it in, use your tab button or just go over here to the address where it says edit. Because what it's going to do is pop up a screen. I don't know what happens in the afternoons in our office, but our internet slows down so bad. So attention would be maybe the decision maker. Maybe if Doug was calling, but his wife really was the one that saw everything, that's what you'd put down there, okay? The addressee or the person that's going to be getting the quote and or the bid, you can put down another phone number here, the address, let's say 172, let's be more specific. And here's the best part. If you don't have the state, or you don't know what city it is, it'll actually populate Redmond automatically, which is beautiful. Okay, so the zip code actually works with the street, and are you ready for it? The tax is automatically configured by a system called Nexus, so you don't have to do anything with that. Woohoo! If you want to see if it's the right place, you can hit the map. It'll bring up a map. I'm not going to wait for it, but it'll bring up a map. And all of a sudden, my system's freezing up. Oh, really? Come on. There it goes. Okay. So now we have the address in there. No big deal, okay? There's some other information in here. If it was a business and it was a big job, multi-million-dollar job, which Mike would love to see that on the board. You would put in their annual revenue, how many customers, what kind of industry it is. You can fill this out, okay? Otherwise, all you're going to do is come down here to qualification, estimated budget. You know what, Doug? I know you want to build that retaining wall and you want to put it on. Can I tell my salesperson how much you're looking to spend, what kind of budget you're working with? Yeah, I'm working with about $15,000. Awesome. Okay, great. Sales readiness. Because he was phone calling me, I'm going to say it's a warm lead. Buying reason. There could be a lot of different reasons that come into this. Maybe it's just replace existing. And the buying time frame. How soon are they looking to actually do the work? So let's say 1 to 3 months. Okay. I can do communication. I can add a bunch of details in here if I want to. I can do phone calls. I call them. and got moving forward. Right? And now I just did my first lead. Now, because I put that in the way that I did, it's really not assigned to anybody just yet. There's actually another step. But what I want to do, I want to show you how it goes into the queue. Now on this one, the zip code is 98053 because I didn't assign it a sales member at that moment. If it's a construction or a renovation, it goes directly to Mike. All maintenance goes directly to a round robin based on area. That means account managers. If you are in Bellevue and you are managing the Bellevue area and somebody puts in a lead, it will automatically populate for your area. Irrigation department, likewise, same thing with the water division, or rather water feature division. Okay. So here it is in here. I don't know who the sales team is. Excuse me. I want to go in and see if it assigned a sales team one of these days. You know, the worst part about it is you can tell that I don't have Outlook open or anything. This is just the internet. And I think what happens is that people working from home or kids, I think they just start bogging down bandwidth left and right. So in here, it tells me what the budget was. $15,000, 1 to 3 months. They're replacing an existing. I want to see who the sales team is. The sales team is me because I entered the lead. I want to edit this. Click on edit. Now, here's the best part. Let's say if it was going to be a contributing job. Let's say if one of it was going to have a water feature and one of it was going to be a construction job. Okay. I can actually go into that lead and split it so that way, let's say, in talking with the customer, hey, how much budget do you have for each one? Well, I have $10,000 for my backyard and $5,000 for my water feature. Well, Mr. Zimmerman, that's outstanding. So what I want to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to choose, if it ever populates. Again, guys, I'm trying to keep these videos to 20 minutes. Lagging web time is not my friend right now. Okay. I can go in and actually change this, which is awesome. And let's say I want it to be, say Joe. My computer's still catching up with the internet. Unbelievable. So Joe's going to be the primary designer on it. Okay. And that is definitely not who I clicked on. This is so frustrating during the afternoons here. Joe Givler. Click. I can actually come over here and he's going to be the sales rep. And his contribution at this point is 100%. So I'm going to click OK. Now I can go in here and add Dan Cromwell. And as he contributes to the lead, it will actually add a percentage to this when he does his water features. So I'm going to save this now. So now Joe and Dan will both find this on their dashboard on the left-hand side under their tools. Okay. So why is that important? Well, quite simply, it's important because then they can know, they can work together on it. Joe can open it up and say, oh, this has been assigned to me and to Dan. And why was it assigned to me and Dan? Because it's got $5,000 set aside for a water feature. So Dan and Joe can both collaborate on one invoice, by the way. It gets split up automatically. Awesome as that is. And they can get credit for it in next service when they dispatch different teams to it. And that comes down to the PM. So That, you know what, guys, I'm gonna have to make this into 2 or 3 different videos because I do not want to do it. So leads are just raw information, pure and simple. The truth is, if you're an account manager or a designer and you enter a lead, it's going to be really quick because you're just going to enter it in. It's going to be like putting a business card on your desk that says, I need to call this person. What we'll talk about in the next video will be how it turns from a lead to a prospect and then into an opportunity. Okay. But for right now, I just created a lead. We're going to come back to this on another video and talk about how that all chimes together and works together. So that way you kind of understand how it goes. So unfortunately, leads, prospects, and opportunities, mostly because of the way the internet is operating, is going to be set down for that small amount. We're just going to have some more videos, I guess. So do me a favor, guys. Don't lose faith. I know there's a lot of information going on here, but I also just want to remind you that there's a lot of stuff, a lot of processes and stuff that come into play. But the good news is, with some time and effort, we'll make it pretty quick. So again, my name is Russ Weaver. Put a little thing just for those people that are new to the company and don't know me, such as Monty, who's be joining the team, the chief operations, and I'm the one that writes all the silly stuff and makes it all work. So anyways, join us back for, that's right, Bear Creek Landscaping NetSuite Fundamentals 103. Talk to you guys soon.